Hello, class. My name is Jesse Parker, and today we will be discussing contemporary issues in environmental science. What are environmental ethics? Environmental ethics is a field of applied ethics. It's influenced by people's fundamental beliefs about the relationship between humans and the environment. These beliefs shape different ethical frameworks, which each have their own perspective on the rights of nature and human responsibilities. Anthropocentrism. Humans are the most important beings and are separate from nature. Humans have intrinsic value. Human interests should take precedence over natural interests. Technology can solve environmental problems. Anthropocentrism has contributed to many environmental problems, including climate change, deforestation, and species extinction. Examples of anthropocentrism: human exploitation, when humans use other species for its own benefit, such as for food, labor, or entertainment. Environmental policies, when human interests are prioritized over environmental concerns, such as when decisions are made to allow more fossil fuel burning for energy. Cognitive thinking, when people use their own human experiences to reason about other species or processes, such as assuming that death is undesirable for all living things. All right, second we have ecocentrism. Ecocentrism stands, the beliefs are that all things have inherent value, including the ecosphere. Destroying nature is wrong, even though it's non-human. Humans are part of dependent on nature. Humans should work with nature, and ecocentrism includes biocentrism and zoocentrism. Some examples of ecocentrism include advocating for the protection of large swaths of pristine wilderness, even if it means limiting human access and economic development. Opposing a mining project that would severely damage a large habitat, even if it provides jobs and resources. Supporting legislation to protect endangered species, even if it means restrictions on certain industries. Prioritizing restoration efforts for degraded ecosystems over immediate human needs. All right, third we have deep ecology. Humans and nature are interconnected. All life has inherited value, not derived by human benefit. And deep ecology refers to a physiological perspective that emphasizes the inherent value of all living beings. That includes nature itself, meaning that ecosystems and non-human life have intrinsic worth beyond their usefulness to humans, and therefore deserve moral consideration and protection. This essentially advocates for a radical shift in human relationship with nature, moving us away from anthropocentrism towards an ecocentric view where all life forms are equally valued. Some examples of deep ecology means, oh, excuse me. Some examples of deep ecology include the belief that all living things have inherent value, advocating for the protection of all species regardless of their usefulness to humans, prioritizing the health of an entire ecosystem over individual species, opposing large-scale development that disrupts natural habitats, promoting sustainable practices that minimize human impact on the environment, and viewing all living beings as having intrinsic value, not just instrumental value for humans. All right. The last category we have is biocentrism. Biocentrism is an ethical perspective that gives equal value to all living things. It's also a way of understanding how the earth works, especially its biodiversity and biosphere. Biocentrism can motivate people to avoid harming beings such as animals. It can also motivate people to preserve the purity of nature. Biocentrism is an ethical perspective that gives equal moral consideration to all life. It's an understanding that human lives are no more valuable than any other living organism. Some examples of biocentrism include avoiding harming living organisms. That can include being vegetarian, opposing animal testing, and avoiding deforestation. Protecting nature. This can include growing food without chemicals and opposing the fur trade. making restitution. This can include acknowledging that humans should make amends when they have harmed living beings. Practice compassion. This can include being mindful of not stepping on plants or plucking weeds or harming animals or pretty much anything that puts other living things in risk that are not humans. Considering human nature relationships. This can include recognizing that humans are a part of nature and that our actions affect the environment, just as the environment affects our actions, and so forth. All right, this is just a pie chart of my personal values on where I stand with each ethic individually. As you can see, we have biocentrism, which was the highest, deep ecology, which was second, ecocentrism, which was third, and anthropocentrism ranking in last. Just a little background about the pie chart. At deep ecology, that was the second highest, and that was at 27.8%. Biocentrism, which was number one with the highest percentage of them all, which was 55.6%. Here we have ecocentrism, which was the third highest at 13.9%, and anthropocentrism ranked last with the lowest at 2.8%. All right, just the rationale about the pie chart, because again, this was personal reasons. So, biocentrism. Biocentrism was ranked number one for me because I am all about equality. I believe that all things matter, living and non living, so we should respect and nourish it. Deep ecology. This was ranked number two because although some things may be of more importance, everything to me is still valuable. Ecocentrism. Ranked at third because I believe both humans and nature benefit from one another, and without it, there will be no progression. Anthropocentrism. Ranked last place for me personally. I rank this last because it does not follow my moral ethics. Humans matter, but so does the world around us. All right. Just a little insight on my views compared to my peers and what I see on a day-to-day basis. Based on what I see in the news and around me on a day-to-day basis, I would say that my views may differ than what I am accustomed to. The world around me is constantly progressing, so it has some anthropocentrism. Like myself, the world is also practicing biocentrism and deep ecology. Deep ecology. It may look like we use nature to thrive, but there are people like myself that advocate for the environment. This is how laws and regulations come into play, with setting standards and regulations that not only help us, but keep the environment safe at the same time. All right, and the works cited, thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great day.